Hey everybody, I'm Chris Matthieu from the RealSense team, and I am super excited to be with Jeff G from Simbe Robotics. Jeff, how are you?
Awesome. Thanks for having me, Chris. Excited to be on this call.
Oh, likewise. I love anything to do with robotics and RealSense, and you've got both.
Yeah, excited to talk about it. We love it as well.
Well, give us a little bit of your background. What's your role at Simbe, and who is Simbe?
Sure. Well, I'm Jeff G. I'm Chief Design Officer, one of the co-founders. Been in robotics for 15 years now. Started out in Willow Garage, which was a think tank for development of robotics. Further, where I met one of my co-founders, Mirza Shah, who worked on the Ross robot operating system platform. And since then, I spanned a couple of different companies, including Telepresence. And when Shaw reached out and said, "Hey, you want to build something great and impact the world?" It's hard to say no to that. So, been doing that for 10 years. We started out in an Oakland apartment and building robots made out of cardboard initially, and it evolved into something much bigger and scalable today, thanks to the help of RealSense.
Well, you've come a long way because Tally, isn't that the name of your first product? Tally's
Yes.
beautiful. Like it's a very elegant looking robot, and your title is co-founder and chief design officer. So I would suspect that you had something to do with that.
Yeah, my responsibility was everything with the look and feel kind of Tally. I had to own its mechanical design, industrial design, and the fusion of the cameras and the sensors into a package that has to navigate around people. You have to share a space with. It's very different from back of house versus front of house. So a lot of human factors, a lot of empathy, and real consideration into what you're building in a platform that captures data.
Well, for someone who hasn't seen Tally up close in a supermarket or something out in the wild, tell us what is Tally?
So Tally really is our data capture platform, autonomous mobile system that basically it's the world's first autonomous shelf scanning robot to solve a gap in loss in retail. And I can explain that problem a little bit as I tell you that Tally basically navigates up and down the aisles in a store capturing real-time data in product availability, pricing, accuracy, planogram compliance, promotional execution. And the reason that we do all this is because global retailers lose billions annually due to out of stocks, inventory discrepancies, and pricing areas, costing up to around 5% of margin and revenue. So we really built the platform to help retailers with their operations, really redefine it and help them curb this loss. Traditional methods of auditing are time consuming, right? Like you and I are human beings, we get tired. We're not machines. So it's very error prone. And, store teams just spent hours counting and looking for stuff. And, instead of helping people like customer service, people in the store. So this is really why we created Tally, but more importantly, this data analytics platform that we essentially call store intelligence. And it's become this single source of truth for data that's accurate and reliable that our customers use to help curb this loss that we describe.
Well, what a perfect name, Tally, because it's literally counting items on shelves.
Yeah, we've learned that what also helps in the environment is if you can name a robot after a little bit of what it does, its function. A lot of the world sometimes is still in movies a little bit, right? And if you can help explain and describe, why it's there and its importance, it helps people adopt the technology a little bit better and understand why it's there to help them.
Well, it's an elegant little robot, and I could just imagine kids coming up to it and waving at it like as
Mhm.
it's kind of moving down the aisleways.
Yeah, we've built a fan club over the years, led by children mostly, but even the parents seem to get into it as well. And in a lot of cases, we found they prefer those stores and go in because they want to see their Tally robot.
That's awesome. Well, tell me a little bit more about RealSense. You've got a bunch of RealSense cameras, yes, sensors of all sorts in this cool little robot. Tell us about how are you using RealSense and why RealSense?
Yes, so we have many RealSense cameras of a few different model flavors, well over 15 in per robot, and it's really split between their application in navigation as well as data and how we capture it. So the Intel RealSense cameras really are core to our perception system. The depth sensing capabilities we use for precise navigation and dynamic store environment, which is very different from the warehouse. Like the spaces we're in, when we say dynamic, they're basically public facing. So you have to really have very good perception and detail and the camera capability to safely operate alongside shoppers and store teams. And then parallel to that, the other half of the cameras we use to collect data in the space. But that 3D data as well is what further enables our CV ability for accurate product detection and identification. And then when we fuse multiple RealSense cameras working together, we can provide this comprehensive environmental awareness of the space, both for our navigation and how we collect data.
That's pretty cool. We'll put some pictures of Tally in the show notes and here in this video so folks can see it. So you've got some navigation you're using RealSense for, and then the sides of Tally looks like there's a lot of cameras that go up the sides. I'm guessing that's to look at the shelving.
Yeah, and as you can see, there Tally kind of has like a mast that hosts all the cameras to one side, which are specific to the data portion of what we capture in an environment, whether it's a shelf, a bunker, freezer, cooler. It's all on one side. The opposing side has opportunity for different sensors. But today we capture from one side so that we can get close to the shelf. We read the barcode, the tags, and also stay out of the way. Part of our design thinking is we want to remain friendly and unobtrusive in the space, which is all part of how we capture the environment.
Well, you're accomplishing that. It's a cute little robot, and it does seem like
Thanks,
it's
Chris.
like it's minding its own business, but it looks friendly. It's pretty cool.
That's the idea. Yep.
So I'm guessing Slam or V-Slam or like are you using Ross? Tell us a little
Oh,
bit.
absolutely. It's our de facto standard. Ross has been a part of it and the industry standard for a long time. We've been building on top of Ross. And you had asked, why did we really choose RealSense
Yes.
with all of this? And really, this enterprise grade reliability meets our retail customers' demands. Like what we have to provide to them needs to be very consistent and reliable. And this perception that we get from the RealSense cameras, even in like extreme lighting conditions, which change from store to store,
Yep.
how that lighting affects, reflective packaging and products on the shelf. Uh, Really, like some of my favorite aspects are this strong technical partnership because you really, aside from strong supply chain and a proven track record, you really got to have somebody that can work with you and maintain this consistency and this quality, which is what we've integrated into the hardware product that we have today. So those are big, and for as a designer, like for me, technical partnerships are huge.
Yep.
They really ensure that you've got something you can scale with.
Yep. Yep. Because RealSense has been around about as long as your company has, maybe a
Yeah.
little bit longer, and doing innovating as you are doing. And it's great to be able to partner with you guys. I am curious, like which RealSense cameras are you using? Are you using any with this FACRA connectors, or mainly USB
Mhm.
connect?
That's interesting you brought that up because we've been testing some of those as well. Tally's design actually allows for is modular in subcomponents. So because we know that over the years, technology compounds and things change. So you want to be able to change and upgrade your cameras where needed without redesigning your entire platform.
Smart.
So we are testing that unit, but we've been more, our primary units have been like the USB-based E435s, like that D series.
Yeah, because these just came out fairly recently. So yeah, it's cool that you've made it modular where you could retrofit these or maybe
Yeah,
your next gen robots.
that's a very interesting, yeah, that you bring that up because our team has their fingers on it.
You know, and these have like a weatherproofing capability as well. So if you did need to go into any areas that were like pseudo outdoor indoorish, they
Yeah,
would work really well for you as
maybe.
well.
We've been asked to go to a lot of places with this technology, like the ability to streamline an operation in a grocery store, believe it or not, is parallel to so many other environments and businesses. We can't reach all of them immediately, but longer term as a data try.
That's awesome. Hey, well, what's next? What's coming? Either do you have any new products that Simbe Robotics is looking, or are you just mainly saying there's another gen of Tally coming, or what are you thinking?
There's always a next gen, and there will always be like a next gen autonomous mobile
Yep.
in different maybe formats or even different types of environments, different types of grocery. More recently, we've announced multimodal, which is a fusion of our fixed sensing versus mobile sensing, and they basically share information. Because any place maybe you can't get a robot into, or you have such a high frequency that you need constant capture. We're looking a lot of that. Some of the things, store intelligence is becoming essential for competitiveness, even in groceries. So we see a big push and interest in the technology from our customers to do more with it, to develop, refine not only the space we are, but we're getting asked to go into other aspects of their operations. What else can you unlock for us?
Yep.
And that's something that we are actively pursuing, but in parallel to the autonomous mobile platform, which has really delivered the most detailed and actionable insights to date.
That's exciting. I can't wait to see more. Where can folks buy Tally, or how do you work that business model out with your robotics?
Yeah, great question. We do get people that want to buy Tally, but it's not for sale. We are a subscription model for the data and the analytics. We own the equipment. You simply give us a space in your store, and not to oversimplify it, but like a Roomba, it runs on a schedule, leaves its dock, comes out, scans at whatever frequency or quantity needed, and returns to its dock. So it's something we own, deploy, maintain, upgrade, and then ultimately comes down to the data is really what changes things in your space. If folks want to see a robot, we're deployed globally in domestic places like Spartan Nash, BJ's Wholesale, which is the club style format, Wake Fern, Cal Ranch is more of a supplier, Schnucks Markets. There's some major European retailer groups out there, and we're seeing this growing presence of in grocery for like mass merchandise, and we've successfully been able to really capture like 300 million in pricing errors.
Wow.
1.5 million maybe in out of stocks are really fueling this challenge. And these retailers I gave a list of, they're the ones that are pioneering this with us. They're the ones that are really technology driven. So if you get a chance to get out there and check out some of the units in these stores, it would be you'd really get a strong understanding of what it's like and why we're there.
That's awesome. I mean, I love the idea that it's saving like people from having to do something kind of routine and mundane, and they allows them to help focus on customer service. But then to your point about the analytics and the data, like being
Right.
able to make decisions, like very quick decisions, but accurate decisions and forecasting. That's got to pay for the robot itself, I would imagine.
It does. Basically retailers can see a 4x ROI within 3 months, and that's through the improved operations.
Wow.
That are created. So it's paying for itself. It works, and our current customers are our references. I think really we're just scratching the surface on what we're capable of doing. We've unlocked the value at the critical level, but it seems to be growing, expanding, and compounding within our own customers, new ones that are beginning to reach out to adopt.
What a great success story. And it just feels like it's still the beginning. Like it feels like the momentum is just starting.
It's been 10 years, but
but robots.
But yeah, like it's still, deemed in a lot of cases progressive technology, but it's a working technology. Cameras have been around for a long time.
Yep.
Autonomous mobile's been around.
Yep.
Just how do you package it?
Yep.
How do you make a great impact on your application, where people can unlock value with this form of autonomy?
Well, you've been very successful at it. We'll show a video here coming up with Tally in motion. And from the bottom of my heart, thank you for partnering with RealSense and working with us. We love what you're doing and can't wait to see what's next.
Yeah, we thank you as well. Excellent partnership, and we look forward to the future. There's a lot to come.
Awesome, Jeff. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Chris.
Came into Cal Ranch today, noticed something a little different. There was a little robot going around.
And it has little eyes on it.
It's a robot. It's actually taking inventory.
Super cute. Found out her name's Tally.
She traverses the aisle. She whistles at people.
We're ranch and home stores, Cal Ranch and Coastal. We have just about everything you need. Feed, sporting goods, apparel. We have 55 locations spread over 6 states. We have stores from 20,000 square feet up to over 100,000 square feet.
What made us decide to partner with Simbe was we saw huge potential to use technology to free up our associates to meet the customer's needs.
Before Tally, it'd take us probably a good month to get the whole store. Now we can do it within a matter of a day.
Tally can go through our hardline side 3 times a day, condense the reporting and send it to us each morning, that then we can go work the exceptions.
With Tally now, I'm able to scan the code with the app and it'll show me the exact location where it is, so that cuts the time in half.
We're able to be down every aisle and every location every day, and that's super powerful for us to be able to be in our stores even when we're not in our stores physically.
I actually go into work excited to work a Tally because we're like a team. We help each other.
It is the first time that I've ever seen a robot in a store before, and I think it could go everywhere.
It allows me to know that there's going to be things on the floor when I come in.
It's pretty neat that they're investing in the future and they want to make my experience that much better.
We're just beginning to understand the abilities that Tally offers and the impact that it'll have on the company going forward.